Hi Aquarius, I hope you guys are doing great today. Welcome to your deep love read for January 2021, and we're going to be doing a few different types of readings. First, I'm going to start off with the general collective. Then I'm going to go into singles, then committed, and then complicated. Don't be surprised if you find your situation maybe kind of dropping from, one into another category. That happens a lot with these particular types of readings. Remember, these are general messages, guys. Take what resonates, throw out the rest, and certainly don't try to make it fit. Now, I do want to say, Aquarius, because you guys have Venus in your 11th house, I feel like when it comes to your love life, there is this long-term goal in mind having to do with love. So some of you, if you're in the space of love, you might be thinking a lot about the future, right? Especially now on January 7th, we have Mars in Taurus is going to be going into your 4th house of home, which is going to be like really working hard on trying to establish some sort of home. So I feel like a lot of you are taking the idea of love and you're really bringing it into the future and thinking about where are you going to be, right? Because 11th house is your goals and wishes, and to have Venus in there, you are very focused on that. Now, Aquarius, also don't be surprised if many of you who are friends with someone suddenly start to look at that friend in a different way. Suddenly that friendship ends up evolving into being something else, because that 11th house does rule our friendships and people that we hang out with by choice. And with Venus in there, somebody might be looking at you very amorously and you might be looking at them the same. So let's get some crowning energies here. Bring it into form. What's on your mind? Bringing it into form. So some of you might be in this sort of situation where you're talking to somebody online, or you guys are together, but you're making all of these plans. Maybe it's time to start really actively really crystallizing whatever it is that you guys are in, crystallizing the future that you guys are talking about, as it's time to bring it into form. It's great to talk about it. Lots of conversations have been going on right now, but now we could bring it into form a little more easily. Now, I do want to say that Mercury is very positively aspected to this Venus in your 11th house right now. So communication, talking, having to do with anything Venusian is really positively aspected here. A change in the wind. Yeah, listen, Aquarius, if you guys are friends, all of a sudden turns into something else. Just saying, I'm getting that pretty strong. Obviously, that's not going to resonate with you guys. Well, I don't know, maybe it will for those of you who are like married or in a committed situation. But there's a change in the wind, bringing it to form. Now, this could absolutely be, let's say you guys are married, because I'm only playing. Let's say you guys are married. Change in the wind. You weren't going to move, now you're going to move. You didn't want a baby, now you're going to have a baby. Whatever it is. Whatever was going on, there's been a change, there's been a shift, and now it's time to really focus on crystallizing it. Yeah, putting in the work. Beautiful. We have Virgo. Virgo's the problem solver of the zodiac. So this is about really getting very critical in how you guys have been approaching something. Okay? Good, bad, or indifferent. Very critical lens with the end goal of solving a problem. Where's the situation? Where's the imbalance? Where's the whatever? What do we need to focus on? And that's got to be whether it's if you're coupled, or just you if you're single. Okay? So yeah, we have the 7th house of partnerships here. 7th house has to do with, the 7th house is the house of marriage, marital relationships, right? Libra rules it by and is ruled by Venus. So really good, doing a lot of work on, definitely doing a lot of work on relationship. This is very good. We have Mercury here. So there's going to be a lot of communication about problem solving having to do with relationship. So that is what I see for that. Let me just pull an Astro card. And then I'm just going to pull a couple of tarot on those, and then we're going to get into our singles, okay? So ascendant, beautiful, is the outlook. Our rising sign is our outlook on life, how we view the world, how the world views us. It's our mission statement. It's our attitude. It's our point of view. It's our body image. It's how we feel about ourselves, right? So we have all of this energy, right, working here as far as what do we want. The ascendant is the first house of self. It's always that first house of self. So really focusing on really like what do you want, need, and desire right now, Aquarius? And the fact that you guys have the Saturn Jupiter conjunction happening in your first house of self. There is so much change going on for you in that first house, positive, because Jupiter's in there. Might not always be comfortable, but there's a lot of positive change. So let's see what we have here. Yeah. And it's going to be sextiling your 11th house where Venus is hanging out. Is that right? Let me think for a second. Yeah. So I do like that. There's going to be an ease. There's going to be an ease. Father of Wands. Okay. The World. Very nice. The Star. Good. All right. So we're working through some energies here, though. So we have a change in the wind. What's being clarified by that is the Father of Wands. Okay. So we like this. This is a bold energy. This is feeling very passionate, very attracted, very motivated, but also feeling safe. There's a safety element to it as well with the King of Wands. And we have this working with the Nine of Swords. And the Nine of Swords is keeping and maintaining boundaries. But you still being very, you've been through a lot. The Nine of Wands is, I've been through so much in relationship, but I still have fire in my belly for this individual. But we do have it working with the Two of Swords, so it's time to compromise and make a decision. So there's a change in the wind. So those of you, if you're in a complicated situation and there's another energy that's involved here, it's time to make a decision. It's time to figure things out. Now, working with this sense of self, all right, because the ascendant is your sense of self. It's right where that amazing conjunction is happening. There is definitely a lesson learned, okay? It's the completion of a lesson. The world is so positive. It's a Saturn energy. You have Saturn in there right now in your ascendant. If you are an Aquarius rising, okay? Aquarius rising is in that first house. Beautiful with the world. Very nice. Lesson learned. Lesson learned, and we have with the Star. Lesson learned, and then there's this inner clarity that comes with it, this renewed sense of hope, of faith, thinking about the future. I mean, this is you. The Star is an Aquarius energy, right? So you guys are about the future. You're ruled by Uranus. Uranus is about these shocking surprises, right? Bringing you into the future. Now, for you guys, Uranus, where the shocking surprises are going to be going on for you, happens to be in your 4th house. For those of you, especially those of you who are Aquarius risings, more than any of the placement. But yeah, so shocking surprises having to do with the home. So buying a home, selling a home, moving in, moving out, working towards that home space for sure. But we have this idea of the 5 of Cups. And the 5 of Cups, 5 is an uncomfortable energy. And we have it with the Cups, it's loss, regret, grief, feeling abandoned, feeling unloved. But there's this lesson learned in all of this. There's a lesson learned. But there's this feeling, though, with this 5 of Cups, it just could be, there's some sort of regret having to do with something to do with the connection here. Now, we have the bring it into form. We have the Judgment energy, which is clarity of needing to make a final decision. Having a wake-up call. There's a wake-up call going on here. We have this working with the Son of Swords. Son of Swords is equivalent to the Knight of Swords, which is is this because some sort of argument that could end up serving to be an air clearing because there's truth being spoken, but there's a lifestyle change inside it. It's definitely a lifestyle change. So, and the thing is, we have this working with the 6 of Swords, and the 6 of Swords is about a necessary transition, relocating, moving on from something. So something needs to be released and let go of. There has to be, because guys, the Judgment energy is Pluto, and Pluto is about the past. So whatever, this is the thing, there's got to be forgiveness. Forgiveness is really important here, whether you stay with the person or not. We're going to go into the different types of relationships that are going on right now. But for all of you, forgiveness means release, and it's release for yourself. It doesn't mean forgive and forget. That's not what it means. It's ridiculous anyway, right? But it's a releasing. Everybody did the best they knew how with the tools in their toolbox when they did what they did. You, them, everyone. And you just have to believe that and release it, because holding on to it, something that is in the past, all right, I always say the toothpaste is out of the tube, you can't put it back in. release whatever happened. So that's what judgment is. But no matter what happened on Judgment Day, we need forgiveness, right? For whatever happened, whatever, right? But there needs to be this air clearing and this leaving of whatever is toxic in this connection if it's going to work. Some of you are going to be making the decision to leave because it's not salvageable, because you can only control you. You can't control how they handle a situation. At the end of the day, that's the truth, right? Can only control ourselves. But there's definitely a change going on here. Something's got to be brought into form. Now, whether that's a new life for you or a new life with this person, or making that really final solid decision, I don't want to be single anymore. It's time I allow myself to meet somebody. So with that being said, let's start with our Aquarius single friends, okay? Okay, let's lay the land here for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. The situation, we have the Knight of Cups, Page of Swords, Temperance. Okay, so some of you may be single after having been married, or after having been in a very serious relationship, because we have the Hierophant is the past. So this is about traditions, conventions, right? So marriage definitely is one of the marriage cards. Expectations, needing to conform to a certain something, right? So in the past, this could even have, maybe if you are culturally, right? If you, if part of your culture is needing to conform to certain like rules and regulations having to do with relationship, and could be your own internal belief system or the belief system of your culture. And this is just something that you're bringing from your past here. But right now we have the Knight of Cups, which is beautiful. This is a Prince or Princess Charming, romantic proposal, very nice. And I like that it's being crossed or complemented. I think this is more of a compliment, the Page of Swords, which is about the truth coming out. So this can be a profession of feelings. Again, going back to this change in the wind, the fact that you have Venus in your 11th house, I wouldn't be surprised if it's like, Aquarius, I know we've been friends, but I'm feeling A, B, and C kind of thing. Okay, best that can be achieved in the circumstance. I do like that we got Temperance for a couple of reasons. First of all, the Temperance in astrology is Sagittarius, which is about moving forward together with luck and intention. It's ruled by Jupiter, so I like that. Now, how is that happening? Well, through compromise. What do you need? What do they need? What does the situation need? There's a balancing here. There's a harmony. There's a patience. There's a moderation, a self-control. Beautiful. That's the best that can be achieved. So we have right now the reason for the reading. So those of you who are single, I feel like there might be somebody in your midst that you are liking. We have the Page of Wands. This is a new energy. This is, the wands, as you could tell in this picture, it's definitely a phallic symbol. The wands do indicate that it's passion, it's motivation, it's will, to all of that. But because it's fire, it also does represent sex as well, that level of passion. So this does indicate like a new passionate somebody. But now look at this for you. This is you now. Seven of Swords. So this is one of my mask wearing energies, I always call it, right? There is this idea of betrayal and dishonesty and running away from something, right? But it doesn't have to be full of malice. It could be because one is not sure how one feels, right? Aquarius, like you have this opportunity that's being presented, but you're kind of confused. So rather than biting your nose off to spite your face and sabotaging a situation that you identify as having really nice potential, you trying to figure out and reason through what you're feeling about the person, about the situation, about being partnered, processing your past relationships and all of that secretly. You understand? Because it's a moon. Moon rules our emotions, what we feel inside, underneath, that we don't share, in Aquarius and you guys. So you guys are all about being out of the box, doing things differently. So it's feeling, right, one way, but acting another way on the outside, right? Now, this is you and only you. So, and as somebody who's single, who's clearly looks like they're meeting somebody professing some sort of feeling, I just hope that it's not the kind of thing where somebody kind of comes forward and says, Aquarius, I have to be honest with you. I have these very strong feelings for you. And you're like, I feel the same, when you really don't, right? But if you do and you think there's potential, but you might not be fully disclosing because you're just not sure where it's going to go. Because the environment that's external to you right now is one of self-defense. Feeling like you need to defend yourself, feeling like you need to draw a line in the sand. This is a Mars and Leo energy. And again, this is an external influence that's affecting you. So you might feel like you have to explain yourself, you have to draw a line in the sand about what you want, need, and desire, but you're doing it because it's Mars in Leo. And again, not to be repetitive, but Mars is obsessed with putting us on our rightful path. And Leo has to do with our self-love and our self-respect. So, and also Leo does rule the 5th house of romance, of falling in love, of partnership. So it's definitely this, like, you know, I want to say equalizing of the egos when it comes. It's not a it's like you're not battling. It's not a battle. It's basically just saying, like, you know, you possibly being in a state where you feel like you do need to defend yourself. Now, in the near future, we have the High Priestess energy. Secrets, mystery, intuition, but feeling the need to trust yourself. Now, some of you might be getting involved with a person that you can't have an open relationship with, where for one reason or another, and the reasons can be many, that you would have to have some sort of secretive type of relationship. That could definitely be the case for some of you, and I don't see you sticking with it, because we do have the 8 of Cups if that is the situation. But the High Priestess energy is also about trusting your intuition, trusting yourself, feeling a lot of things inside. It is connected to the moon, those internal emotions, but not really talking to anybody about it. So I do feel like there's going to be a lot of action going on behind your eyes, between your ears, inside of your soul, that you're really not going to be disclosing to anybody. But I feel like that is the right thing to do right now, actually. And then we have as the final outcome this 8 of Cups. Okay, so I want to tell you what I'm getting. I kind of feel that I'm getting a couple of things. Okay, first of all, those of you who are in a committed relationship previously, whether you were married or was just a deeply committed relationship, I feel like somebody may be coming back around to have a new cycle. Because look at these pages. The Knight of Cups can certainly be a proposal of some kind, and the page can indicate a new cycle. And then you guys having this conversation about who actually needs what, this tempering of the situation. So you guys could have this new start, because page does indicate a new cycle, right? But you sort of not giving away everything, right? Feeling a lot inside, not really disclosing everything, but being in this sort of back and forth where you feel like you need to defend yourself. You know, very interesting, though. We have the Page of Cups and the hope and the fear. So it's, again, page can indicate somebody brand new, but because it's a page and not an ace, it could also indicate a new cycle. So you can be afraid of a new cycle because you're afraid it's going to be the same old, or this could certainly be you're afraid to meet somebody new, which means that you would have to release somebody who's still sort of in your energy, you know, even though you're single. But you're really trying to trust yourself. But I feel you walking away. Now, for some of you, the 8 of Cups, you're going to be walking away from a relationship that didn't work in the past, and you realize you've been harboring them on your soul, and you need to release that once and for all. You need to let go so that you can let love in. Others of you are going to be realizing that this new person coming in, if this is a brand new person with this page and this Knight, you're not ready for it. And I'm going to say you're not ready for it because I feel like they're a beautiful energy. I see no agenda going on here. None. I just see you maybe not being 100% ready, either because you're still hung up on somebody from the past. But for a lot of you, I do feel like somebody from the past is going to try to come back and you're going to say no thank you. And you're going to want to entertain another energy, even though you're scared. you know it's the right thing. And you're going to be surprised at yourself that you're even feeling that way. So that's going to be for some of you. Others of you, somebody's going to come back around though and present things, and like at the end of the day, I just feel like you're going to be almost surprised at yourself with how you're going to be handling it, is what I'm seeing. Okay, pretty specific. That falls, I feel like, under the purview of rather complicated, so you might want to stick around for the complicated part. I don't know. Let's see, what do I want to do here? Let's use the Chakra Tarot. So we're going to be talking about committed now. So those of you who are committed are married or very long-term serious relationship. Six of Wands in the past, really it's a card of success, getting good news in, you know, lots of respect, feeling rather successful in the relationship space, passionate, motivated to move forward. Feeling really good though about being in it in the past. Situation right now, we have the Five of Coins in the reverse, and this is much better in the reverse because this could indicate, well, for those of you, if money is a situation within this connection, this does indicate a new job, which is good, or a new home, hope returning, recovering from something that maybe you guys went through that was really, really challenging, which I do like that. It's being complemented by the Princess of Swords, of Coins. So this is being really patient. Again, this is another new job energy, a raise, money news coming in. If it doesn't have to do with money though, Aquarius, this is mental, physical, and emotional connection, okay? So with the Five of Coins in reverse, this could just be sort of like a reconnection and there being something recovered. If you guys were going through like a really rough patch, and then also to have the Page of Coins, it's the same thing, being very patient with this energy that you're feeling. Now, the best to be achieved in the circumstances, very nice. We have the Six of Coins energy. You know, this is a minor arcana. It's a simple card, but it's so profound because this is about giving and receiving help and generosity. So if you guys are struggling financially, this does look like there is some sort of help coming in. Now, it could certainly be based on the current situation because of a new position that somebody's getting or some sort of new opportunity. Okay, and we have this working with the Princess of Wands as the foundation. So Princess of Wands as the foundation does indicate some sort of new project, some sort of new creative idea. This could be something going on with one of your children. You know, if you guys have kids, this could be the idea of a new baby coming in, you finding out, or recently having given birth, right? This could be the foundation here. This could also be, and I do have to say what it is, right? Always want to say this when we have wands. Wands are passion, motivation, this desire to move forward, but it's also fire, and the fire does also indicate sex and passion. And we have Princess, it's the same as Page, which means something new, a new cycle. So this could be the foundation here. So this could be a newfound, beautiful project that you want to get involved in. Some of you, though, because this is a general message, I'm going to give it as it is, this can indicate somebody new entering the scene. Even though you guys are in a committed relationship, this could indicate your partner possibly straying from home or not being very faithful. Don't try to make that fit. If it doesn't fit, you're going to know if that's your reading, you know, if that's your interpretation. Now we have you and only you as the Fool. You are ready for fresh hope. You're ready to take a chance. You're ready for new paths. You're ready for an adventure. You're ready for a new beginning. We do have change in the wind. We do have this idea of bringing it into form. What have you been thinking? It's time to act on it and crystallize it, whatever's happening. Now, for your external environment, your environment, these external influences that are affecting you, this is external to you. We got the Tower. So something's ending around you that's impacting this relationship. Now, this could be your partner telling you that they want a divorce. This could be realizing that there's a changed mind, right? Because tower moments can happen internally, where it's like, I feel completely different. This could be you, this could be them. Because it's external to you, though, I do feel like it's your partner that's like having this change of heart, having this sudden, and it's disruptive, but it's, when we have internal tower moments, it's like we're realizing that something was just not resonating for us in a particular way. And recognizing that, and I feel like you're going to know that there's some sort of truth in this, Aquarius, because in your hope and fear is the world, and the world is about completing a lesson. So you want to complete the lesson, you want it, but you're afraid of that as well, because you're afraid almost of what that feels like, what that means. What does that mean? So for some of you, you guys might be the ones where you're just like, you know what, you're the fool, meaning in a good way. We love the fool. Fool's one of the best cards in the deck, because it's like you're ready for uncharted territory. You're ready for new. You're ready to take a chance. You're ready to, hit the future. And your partner may be like, you know what, this isn't working out. We don't want the same thing, whatever it is. So lesson learned here can be kind of scary, but I see you being in this space where you're going to be making two choices. There's multitasking here. There's weighing options. This is the near future. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? But then as the final outcome, we have the Star, which is all you guys. Again, you guys about renewal, hope, inner clarity. I feel like this is sort of dripping over already between the single and this reading. So maybe you guys are committed, but maybe you're separated or something like that, because they got this inner clarity, having faith, having this hope, having this sense of renewal. Being confused, but then having hope. All right, let's just put clarifiers on that. The Five of Cups. And Five of Cups is feeling just grief, abandoned, unloved, regret. But it's coming with the Ace of Swords, where there's mental clarity. It's like, holy hell, somebody took the blinders off. I have these new ideas. Ten of Swords, complete and painful ending, hitting rock bottom. Then we have that clarified with the Ace of Wands, which is about new. An urge to move forward with passion. We have the Ace of Wands, then we have the Ace of Coins. So you might be getting a new job that's, making you relocate, or the Pentacle could also mean a new connection here. And we have the Empress. The Empress is about fertility, creation, pregnancy, abundance, being able to grow something. This is the mother of the tarot. It's Venus. It's Venus. Now, for some of you, if the Five of Cups is just feeling like really regret, grief-ridden, you're realizing something, that Ten of Swords could be this complete and painful ending, hitting rock bottom to the way something has been, maybe having to do with finances, having to do with the arguing, having to do with whatever it is, right? And that you're realizing in order to pull yourself up out of the ashes, you need to have this fresh inspiration. And you are being hit with this urge to create something different and new. If this is not meeting somebody else, and for many of you, this can indicate if money has been an issue, there being new money coming in, and then you guys being able to grow from there and create your family and do your life and have what it is that you need. So I feel like for some of you, there's going to be a moving on, and for others of you, there's going to be hardcore working at it, but it's through this Ace of Wands, Ace of Coins kind of thing. Either new connection or new money, new job coming in, depending on whatever your situation is, right? General message. But that is what I have for you guys. And let's see what we have going on for our complicated friends. Complicated friends. It sounds silly, right? We're all complicated. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I love Aquarius energy. My mother was an Aquarius, God rest his soul. My stepson's an Aquarius. My twin boys are Aquarius risings. I have Uranus in my first, so I get along really well with Aquarians. Okay. Why do I feel like these three readings have almost like bled over into each other? It's very interesting. Different decks, shuffle, you know. A lot of similar energies though. So coming into this complicated situation, some truth was delivered here. Total honesty. Very self-sufficient energy, saying kind of like, all right, let me tell you what's going on. That kind of energy, right? So as soon as you walk in the room, she has you figured out. You don't even have to open your mouth. She can see your motivation. But this is about truth, right? Because swords are truth and communication. Situation right now is the King of Pentacles. So you may be very well, maybe just very focused on your money, being very solid, practical, and wise with your money. Focused on investing, anything like that could certainly be that. But if it has nothing to do with the money, it's you being very focused on what's necessary in a very solid and practical way in order to have a good relationship. Getting in touch with exactly what it is that you need. And I feel like a lot of you guys are going to be doing this for sure, just because of how Venus is aspected with the Jupiter and Pluto conjunction that's happening in your first. Venus is in your 11th. It's sextiling. So I feel like there's going to be a nice energy there. And we have this being crossed by the King of Wands. I mean, this is great. He's so good looking, this guy, isn't he? I love this deck. Everybody's so good looking. But this is a Cancer and Leo energy. And those are two really beautiful energies to have together. It's water and fire. But Leo's all about passion, being very attracted, being very sensual, sexual energy, right? But at the same time, there's a safety to it. So there's something safe about it. Now, that could be you right now. This could be an energy that you're entertaining or that you're going for or that you're feeling about this person that you're in this complicated situation with. But it does seem like the best that can be achieved of the circumstances that we're dealing with right now, in January of 2020, what's crowning is the Seven of Cups, which has to do with too many choices and commitment issues. So somebody may not be ready to commit right now. You may not be ready to commit because they have the foundation, the reason for the reading. We have the Hermit energy, which in relationship is typically going it alone for a minute. Now, for some of you, you might be dealing in your complicated situation with somebody who has a commitment issue and you guys are having a private affair, whether it's because somebody is still married or they don't want to make the relationship public because of maybe a recent divorce. They don't want their kids to know, some sort of circumstance going on in the family, or maybe you guys work together. You know, there were so many different situations, right, that we could come across. The Hermit energy can indicate working on a relationship in private. If you don't fall within that category, this is you going it alone right now. And the Hermit is all about going within for clarity and being on an honest quest for personal truth, really looking for your own spiritual illumination. So some of you may not want to commit, right? Like you want to be with somebody, you do, but you're being very honest about what your needs are. We have the Nine of Wands. So it's not that whoever you're in a complicated situation with, it's not that you don't love them. That's not it at all. Or that you don't want them. There's persistence here. But there are boundaries because you've been through a lot, you know. And a lot of the decks, the I always think it's funny. The Nine of Wands has like bandages on their head and there's like blood on their face. It's like you've been through it, but you still have fire in your belly for them. You do. But the boundaries are up and the truth is coming out and you're being very sort of pragmatic, I feel like, in how you look at things. Now, your environment, the external influences that are affecting you is the Page of Swords, which is all about the truth. You know, you're realizing things. There's no question. And what is your fear is the Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords is about nightmares, anxiety, grief, depression, ruminating thoughts. I always call this the 3 a.m. card. You know, it's very specifically, it's a Mars and Gemini energy. And Mars, again, is all about putting us on our rightful path. And Gemini is the swords energy because it's air, right? So it's really having this deep conversation with ourselves, because it's with ourselves. So we have this energy. Where do I belong? Like, where am I supposed to be going? If it's not this relationship, which clearly there are issues here, either you're not feeling comfortable about some element in it that is making you feel comfortable to commit, or they have the commitment issue, right? If you don't belong, then where do you belong? You know, and if it's somewhere else, then why are you having a hard time releasing this person from your energy? You know? Near future, Seven of Swords. Betrayal, dishonesty, running away from something. Somebody wearing a mask, either you or them, just to alleviate a situation. The mask could be worn for a bunch of reasons. It doesn't have to be because of malice. It doesn't have to be. Right? Sometimes, I mean, this could be like an energy of playing somebody at their own game. So if you're complicated, but you're in a situation where you guys are living together, for example, you're married or something like that, or you share children, or you have this kind of shared existence, while you're putting your ducks in a row, you may be acting as if and trying to play somebody at their own game, or at least that's how you perceive it, right? But there is this element of running away. And then the final outcome is the Tower energy. And, you know, there is definitely this upheaval, an ending. Now, the ending could certainly be to the relationship, because it's the final outcome energy. But what I think is going to be happening here, for sure, there's no question in my mind, is that there's going to be a lot of change within you, Aquarius, regarding relationship. There just is. There's going to be a lot of change. There's going to be a lot, and it's going to feel almost natural to you. Your goals of where you're going in your relationships and what you want for yourself, it's changing with ease, because we have this conjunction in your first house that's sextiling your 11th house of goals and wishes. So I feel like that's going to be happening here. I mean, there's no question, even though, and it's squaring your 4th house. So if you guys are in the conjunction is squaring your 4th house right now. So where you feel at home, what you feel grounded and rooted in, there's going to be a lot of tension there for all Aquarians, regardless of what situation you're in. There's going to be this challenge to you feeling grounded, safe, and secure in something. So there's shifts. There is definitely a change in the wind. There is a change in your outlook. Wow, I'm just realizing. Yeah. But now it's time to bring it into form. You know, what have you been thinking about? What needs to be released? What needs to be adopted? What needs to be adapted to? What needs to be crystallized? You know? Very straightforward reading on that point, I do have to tell you. I'm sorry for those of you who wanted, trust me, all of us in this community always want to deliver the best news because we want to make people feel good. But I can't, I have to tell you what the cards are telling me. Ooh, a date. A date. You're going to... That's positive. Yes, all right, I see what's going on here. All right. We have a date, meeting somebody new, dating, getting back out there, plans, set a date. Then we have not today, not dealing with hurt, avoiding a conversation, a call, a person, boundaries, still angry. So there's some sort of upheaval that you're definitely still going to be angry about. Palm tree, stability, security, permanence, growth, endurance, flexibility. I feel like this is what you want because it came up as the center card. You're just like, can I have somebody who just gets me? Twin flame, yin yang, complementing each other, balance. And we have Grim Reaper. That relationship is over, no second chances, grow and transform your life. So I feel like there's this, we have that book ending. We have date, new date, book ending with the Grim Reaper, the relationship being over. So clarifying the date, we have the Three of Pentacles. Fabulous. Mars and Capricorn. Love it, love it. This is about teamwork and collaboration. Call this the Architect card. This is somebody coming in and wanting to do work with you. Work with you in a relationship. Clarifying not today. Not dealing hurt, avoiding conversation. We have the Son of Pentacles, or this would be like the Knight of Pentacles. It's a very reliable person, patient, hardworking. So being kind of like staying the course, right? Staying the course, staying the course. So somebody might be reaching out to you, Aquarius, and you're just being like, nope, not doing it, not doing it. I'm going to be patient, and whatever happened, I'm not going to jump to any, I'm not going to jump on that. I'm just going to hold my space, throw myself into work. That's it. We have working with palm tree. Yeah, palm tree is temperance. I mean, it's the same thing. The palm tree, stability, security. That's what, temperance is the energy of Sagittarius, which is about your moral code, your moral compass. It's that 9th house. It's balance, harmony, patience, self-control. This is definitely what you want as well. Clarifying the twin flame energy, we have the moon. Twin flame, okay, so the moon rules Cancer. This new person you're meeting might be a Cancer energy, but twin flame is, the moon energy is your emotions, is what you're feeling deep inside. So some of you may be in a space where you might be transitioning out of a relationship, but you feel in your soul, right, because the moon does represent our soul, that you guys are twin flames, that you're actually meant to be with this person. And that could always be a challenge here, right? But with the Grim Reaper, we have clarifying that, we do have the death energy, which does indicate big changes, endings. It's time to move on. It's time to transform yourself. Now let me just pull, I want to pull more for this twin flame and moon energy, just to see what we get here. Mother of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles. Okay, so we have the Mother of Pentacles, which is a very resourceful energy, something that's fertile, something like this, the idea of domesticity, so the idea of having like a healthy home, a healthy foundation. But all of that can be found by taking a chance on a new path, a new adventure, having a new beginning, even though you're in this space of feeling very self-protective. That's just the reality of it. But the key here is to be totally honest with whoever it is that you're involved with. So honestly, I actually feel like this twin flame is a new energy that's coming in. If you feel like you're a twin flame with somebody that you've been with, there is a high degree of probability, I'm getting from this reading, that it was not a twin flame, but rather a soulmate. And soulmates enter our lives to teach us lessons for a season, 2 seasons, 20 seasons sometimes, but very often not to stay, right? That would be a red thread energy. That would be more twin flame. And that, just so you understand like the difference between those, because these terms have been bastardized a bit, being thrown around the community. But our soulmates are often the most painful relationships that we have, because they're the ones that are sent to us and we're sent to them so that we can exchange lessons, in this lifetime. But that is what I have for you, my friends. I hope this was helpful in some way. Thank you so much for joining me in Aquarius. Happy New Year. See you next time. Bye-bye.